Today I saw You, Me, and Tuscany. This movie, directed by Kat Coiro, stars Halle Bailey and Regé Jean Page. I hope I have that right. I'm kind of taking a leap there with the soft G's, very soft J's, but anyway, we move on. In this movie, Halle Bailey plays a woman who's just lost her job as a high-end house sitter, which is apparently a job. She just house sits for rich people. Whatever, I thought that was dumb. I thought it was worth mentioning. So she's lost her latest gig, and she meets a guy at the hotel that her friend works at or something, and she finds out that she meets an Italian guy, a dreamy Italian guy, and she finds out that he has a home in Italy that is empty, and it's always been her dream to go to Tuscany, which is where the house is. He has a big, empty, beautiful home that no one's staying in. So she goes there, and she has nowhere to stay, so she moves into this house. And when the family of the man who owns the house finds her, she pretends to be the guy's fiance, so that she doesn't get arrested or whatever. And and she fits right in with the family. And before the guy can come back to the house, because he doesn't know what's going on, before the guy can come back to Italy, I feel like I'm kind of rambling on here. Anyway, before the guy can come back to Italy, the story's a little convoluted. Anyway, the guy can come back to Italy, she develops a connection with the guy's cousin, like a cool guy, whiner. Is it a whiner or a winemaker? I'm going to say I never know. It's not a problem I've ran into before, but I feel like it should be whiner, but I think it's winemaker. Anyway, we move on. So we got a love triangle in Tuscany. Can you believe it, folks? I'm sure you can imagine who ends up with who, because the two people who are on the poster. Anyway, type of movie like this, I'm in. I thought the trailer looked nice. I thought it looked charming. I actually had hopes that this wouldn't just be like a run-of-the-mill stupid. I figured it would be a run-of-the-mill chick flick, but I thought it might be kind of nice. I thought it would be, at least, I was hoping that this would be a pretty good movie. Or at least fun. And it really wasn't. It really wasn't at all. It was pretty bad, in fact. Like I said, this movie was directed by Kat Coiro, who she's directed a whole lot of mainstream sitcoms episodes, like for shows like Modern Family, There's Always Sunny, like Shameless, that era of shows. Episode here, episode there, 4 episodes here, 4 episodes there. And then she also directed 6 episodes of She-Hulk. I don't know if she was the showrunner, but I believe she wrote and directed 6 episodes of She-Hulk. My glasses are all... Anyway. Her last feature film was Marry Me, which is the blockbuster hit starring Owen Wilson and Jennifer Lopez, where Jennifer Lopez is a pop star and she sees Owen Wilson holding up a "Marry Me" sign in the crowd, so she marries him. I actually thought that looked kind of charming as well. I never saw it. I heard it was just terrible, but I thought it looked fine. I thought it looked, like I said, like this one, at least nice. But I think she's a pretty terrible director. I think this is all I need to see from her to know that. Outside of the 5 or 6 clips I saw when She-Hulk was airing, I don't know how many of them were from her episodes, but none of them were going around Twitter because they were good. Everyone was making fun of them. And this is just a terribly directed movie. It feels like it's very Hallmarky. It's not like I need freaking Top Gun Maverick or Babylon, or I need a freaking Terrence Malick piece of work here. But you take the time. This movie's shot on location in Italy. I literally looked up after the movie. I was like, this movie couldn't have been... This movie had to have been shot in, like, California or something. But no, lo and behold, they were on location in Italy. But, I don't know. I'm not going to say you wouldn't have known it, because I guess you should have known it, but it didn't look like that. It didn't look as great as it should have. It didn't look good at all. It looked like a Hallmark-level TV movie. Like I said, I'm shocked that this movie even came out in theaters. It's a Universal movie, for crying out loud. And it was, like, fast-tracked. Like, it was announced in 24. The guy who wrote this, what else has he done? Because it was the script, like, they fast-tracked the script. One second, I'm right here. Oh, Matlock. She's directed and produced the CBS show Matlock. Wow. What a titan. What a titan Kat Coiro is. The guy who wrote this does not have a Wikipedia page, and he wrote it with his wife. So, again, quite the brain trust at the heart of this thing. And Halle Bailey is not great either. I don't know if she's a good actor. I'm sure she's talented enough. I never saw The Little Mermaid. I think I just like her because people were losing their minds when she was cast. Because it was like, how dare a black woman play a mermaid? Mermaids are white. So I think I just liked her because people were, like I said, people were nuts. But I've never actually seen her in anything outside of like the first 15 or so minutes of The Color Purple. And she's actually pretty good in that. And I mean, I've heard many snippets of her singing. She's got a good enough voice. She's talented, but I don't know if she can act, like I said. In this movie, she's pretty terrible. Again, I don't know if this is just the incredible directional work of Kat Coiro behind the camera, but she's pretty rough in this. She has, I know that she has charisma, but she's like as stiff as a baseboard in this movie. She gives us nothing. It's a pretty terrible performance from someone that I don't hate. And Regé-Jean Page, again, I don't know exactly if I'm saying that right, but I feel like he doesn't know. He thinks he's really in something else here. He thinks he's in freaking Casablanca. I don't know, or Wuthering Heights. I don't know why those movies I'm thinking of, but he's really hamming it up here. He's a good actor. I've seen him in a few other things, but he's really going all in here. He really thinks this is something, and good for him, I guess. All the power to him. The chemistry between the two of them, it wasn't awful, but there really wasn't a ton. Like, yeah, sure, they were nice together, but again, I feel like a big part of this movie, a big part of like a love triangle, is you have to want these two people to end up together, and I really didn't care if they ended up together. I mean, obviously, I didn't want her really to end up with the other guy, but I would have been perfectly fine if she just went back to New York and was like, yeah, I'm just going to start cooking again. For some reason, she's a chef. Not for some reason. All these movies, like, the woman always has some dumb little job, and like, oh, she's a chef in this one. I feel like that happens like, oh, she's a baker. She owns a flower shop. These like cutesy little jobs anyway. And the guy's always got like a cool guy, like outdoor, working with the hands. Like, he makes wine. He's like a sensitive guy. Anyway, where was I? What the hell was I? Yeah, I really don't care if these two people end up together and they don't have a ton of chemistry. Yeah, if you're just digging into how like poorly put together and how Hallmarky and TV movie this feels, even the score is just incredibly junior varsity, and the licensed music all just feels incredibly royalty free. I looked at the track list. I guess Olivia Dean had a song or two on this, and I mean, never seeked out Olivia Dean. I think I heard her sing at the Grammys when it was on in the background, but I mean, if she was somewhere in this garbage, I mean, what a talent. But all these songs just feel like it was like YouTube royalty free songs to use in a movie, and that's like they had $1,000 budget, and this is what they went with. It's pretty rough, and the score, like I said, it feels like, I mean, the guy who made this, I was looking at it because I was interested. He directed, or he did the score for Last Temptation of Christ. That's like, I've never actually seen it, but he was nominated for the Oscar. And lately, obviously, he's just done shit and piss and like baby movies, like the Garfield movie and stuff like that. But this is like it's like a nothing burger. It stuck out for me like almost like a sore thumb right from the start. It just kind of bothered me and was like bad. I don't know. It could have been fun, but it was lifeless. Like every other phase and aspect of this movie, it was completely lifeless. Yeah, I mean, the setting, it really didn't shine at once. Like, there was not any times where it was like, man, that looks beautiful, like in Tuscany. Like, we're spending time with like the camera really close to these people in the middle of the frames, and or we're sitting in these rooms, and it looks no different than a Hallmark movie shot in Disney's Epcot would. It really doesn't. There's a couple scenes, I guess, like maybe in the vineyard, like, but that easily could have been shot in California, and like I would not have been surprised at all. There's nothing in this movie that screams beautiful Italian landscape, and like, I mean, if you're going to shoot in Tuscany, and it's literally, if it's going to be like a character in the movie, and it's literally in the name, like the third important character is Tuscany, the third character. Maybe you should show it off a little bit, but no, you don't. There's some aerial drone shots, but like, you could find those on YouTube. Like I said, there's nothing interesting that Kat Coiro here is doing. And this, like, the jokes, like I said, you don't care about the factor at all. And the calm aspect, I mean, there wasn't one laugh in the theater. I think there was 5 people total, maybe 6, but there was, I mean, nobody so much as snickered. And all the jokes just felt like laughing at like the Italians for being like morons, like bumbling idiots. It felt like, oh, look at the silly Italians speaking their stupid Italian language, or acting like dumb Italian idiots. And they're loud and they hug and they kiss. Like, it feels like a lot of laughing at them. And it's not like I'm bothered by that at all. But if it's funny, I would be laughing. It's just not funny. And like, to really, it's like, all right, we get it. They're Italian. Like, the joke is just like, oh, we're Italian. Oh, mamma mia. And it's like, okay, yep, I got it the first 4 or 5 times, and now we're just still going with it. And for some reason, Halle Bailey has a friend, or I guess it's not for some reason. Like, she has a friend back home in New York that she's talking to throughout the movie. And the only real reason for this is for like comic relief. And all the jokes just like, girl, what is you talking about? Like, it's all like her just kind of talking like that. It's like, and I was not shocked at all this was written by a white guy and directed by a white woman, because like, that's just not how black people talk. Like, I felt like it felt like a white guy trying to write like what he thinks black people talk like. And there's a weird like interaction at the end with like 2 black tourists, and like, again, it feels like what a white guy would think like couple wacky black women would say. And again, it's not like I'm offended by that, but at least be funny. I'm offended by the lack of humor. I'm offended by it not being funny. Even my mom didn't like this movie. Even my mom thought it sucked. Like, she said it 4 out of 10, I think. I said, like, I always try kind of put on the kid glove. Not put on kid gloves, I feel like, but like pull punches, especially like right after the movie, like talking about it. When I go to the movies with either my parents, or even with anyone. It almost feels like a tightrope. Like, you don't want to really dig your heels in. I don't know. I don't want to offend anyone, I guess. Even I don't want to hate a movie someone loves. I don't know, whatever. When I asked her, I was like, oh, what'd you think of the movie? She was like, what did you think of the movie? I was like, I thought it was pretty rough. And then she was like, yeah. And she agreed. And then I was like, it almost felt like a Hallmark movie. And she said, I think Hallmark is even better, is kind of what her words were. It's exactly what her words were. And I think that speaks volumes. Even she was like, that was terrible. Even my mom was like, that sucked. And like, this is like a movie that should be in her wheelhouse, should be right up her alley. But even she was like, no thanks. I would rather have watched whatever Lacey Charbet was in this past month on Hallmark. She didn't go that in depth, but again, nobody subscribed to her channel. I expected this, or I didn't expect this. I was hopeful that this movie would be fun. Like, going to one of these dumb little chick flicks with my mom, always a good time, I guess, but I expected this to be one of the better ones, or at least fun and nice and a good time, but it's none of those things at all. It is neither fun nor nice nor a good time at all. I think I hit it all. Yeah, did I close my eyes for like 10 minutes? I did. Could it have been 12 or 15 minutes? I would say more so 12, if anything. But yeah, again, none of you were going to do anything about it because this is my channel and I call the shots here. And this is, I mean, I went right from work. This is a Shut Your Eyes special right here. And I didn't miss anything. Yeah, that pretty much says it all, folks. Like and subscribe. Don't watch this movie. Thanks for watching.